Okay, so if you're in the IT world, you know that communication can be tricky. But what if I told you it doesn't have to be a source of anxiety? What if it could become one of the most powerful tools in your entire toolkit? Well, that's what we're going to do today. Let's dive in.
You know the feeling, right? You're in a big meeting, you have the perfect solution, this brilliant idea just burning in your mind. And then all eyes are on you, and the words just kind of fall flat. The meeting ends, and you're just sitting there thinking, I could have explained that so much better. That, my friends, is the communication gap, and it happens to the best of us in tech.
Here's the absolute truth of the matter. Being a technical genius is only half the battle. Seriously. Your ability to get your ideas across, to really connect with your team, that's what'll make you stand out. And the best news? This isn't some magical talent you're either born with or you're not. Nope, it's a skill. And just like coding, you can learn it, you can practice it, and you can get really, really good at it.
So first, let's really put a name to the problem we're all facing, the tech communication gap.
It's one of the most common frustrations out there. You see the entire system in your head, right? The architecture, the code, it's all crystal clear. But trying to translate that beautiful vision for, say, a project manager or a client, it can feel like you're trying to describe a new color. So, how do we start to bridge this gap? Well, it actually starts in a place you might not expect. It doesn't start with speaking, it starts with listening. This is the bedrock, the absolute foundation of great communication.
And we're talking about active listening here. This isn't just you being quiet, waiting for your turn to jump in. Not at all. It's about giving the speaker your full, undivided attention, really processing what they're saying, and even understanding the feeling behind their words. When you do this, you make the other person feel truly heard, and that's a total game changer.
I love this analogy. Think about it. You would never just skim a piece of buggy code, would you? Of course not. You'd go line by line, meticulously, to find the root cause. You need to do the exact same thing in a conversation. Examine each line of what someone is saying to get what they really mean. So here's a little challenge for you. In your very next meeting, try this. Really focus on listening, and then ask a clarifying question. Something simple like, okay, so what I'm hearing is that the main bottleneck is X. Is that right? You'll be amazed at the difference it makes.
Okay, so once you start building that solid foundation of listening, it's time to work on the other side of the equation, actually crafting your message so it lands with real impact.
Oh man, we love our jargon in IT, don't we? APIs, microservices, Kubernetes. It's like our own secret language, but for everyone else, it's just a wall. Now the goal here is not to dumb down your brilliant ideas. It's to distill them, to be so smart that you can make them simple. You know, like when you explain a complex algorithm to a friend who's not in tech. You use analogies, you focus on the what and the why, not just the nitty-gritty how.
But here's a twist. Even if you choose the absolute perfect words, you're still only telling part of the story. A huge chunk of your message has nothing to do with what you actually say.
Get ready for this number, 55%. Yeah, that's more than half. More than half of what you're communicating
Is completely nonverbal. That's right, it's your posture. It's whether you're making eye contact, your hand gestures. Are you leaning forward to show you engaged, or are your arms crossed? These silent signals are incredibly loud, and they can either amplify your message or totally undermine it. Think about it this way. You wouldn't design the same user interface for a power user and a total beginner, would you? Well, the same thing goes for communication. A one-size-fits-all approach is a recipe for disaster. So before you open your mouth, just take a second and ask yourself, who am I talking to right now, and what do they really need to hear from me? And here is a perfect example of that in action. For your tech lead, you give them the super specific technical cause. They need those details. But for the project manager, they need to know the impact, logins are broken, and the timeline. It's the exact same problem, just explained in two completely different and equally effective ways.
Now, all this is great, but it's not like you just flip a switch and you're a perfect communicator. Not at all. This is a craft. So let's talk about how to practice and turn these ideas into actual habits.
First, you have to start embracing feedback. Stop thinking of it as criticism and start thinking of it like a code review. It just makes the final product stronger. Second, empathy. Just acknowledging a coworker's frustration with a simple, wow, that sounds really challenging, can build a massive amount of trust. And finally, you gotta practice. Your daily stand-up meeting, that's your personal stage. It's a low-stakes way to build confidence every single day. And please, don't forget how you say something.
Your tone and your pace are crucial. It's like music, you know? A monotone voice will put people to sleep, but talking a mile a minute is overwhelming. You have to find that clear, confident rhythm that keeps people engaged and hanging on your words.
Okay, let's bring this all home. Let's really hammer down why communication isn't just a soft skill. It is your single most powerful tool.
Listen, nobody is asking you to become a world champion public speaker overnight, and that's not the goal. The goal is simply progress, not perfection. Every single conversation you have, whether it's a huge presentation or just a quick chat by the coffee maker, is a chance to practice and get just a little bit better. Always remember this. You weren't born knowing how to write in Python or Java. You were trained. And you weren't born a bad communicator either. It is a skill, and it's a skill you can absolutely build with a little effort and practice.
So at the end of the day, here's what it all comes down to. Your technical skills, they're what get you in the door. They get you the job. But it's your communication skills, your ability to lead, to persuade, and to connect with people. That's what's going to build your entire career. It's what turns a great coder into a great leader. So the only question left is, are you ready to start building?